We're at 401 North Market Street. It's the home of everything, Frederick. I'm here with Natalie, author and friend of all of us. Good morning, Frederick, and the shop. And you've written 2 books.
2 in the series. I have a special announcement later on for the 3rd.
Okay, all right. So, Awesome Adventures with Cadie the Rescue Dog and Fun Farm Adventures with Cadie the Rescue Dog
Are all part of Adventures with Cadie kids books.
Okay. When did you decide you wanted to be a writer?
Well, it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. After I retired from my job, I was trying to figure out what to do. Years went by. I had some part-time jobs. COVID hit, and I was talking to a friend of mine that I worked with on a hotline, and he wrote a book, and I asked him the process of it. It wasn't a kid's book. And he told me, and I said, gosh, that sounds so good. I really want to write one for my great-nephews.
Okay.
And he said, you just go for it. And don't think about it, just do it.
Yes.
And when people ask me for advice, that's what I tell them.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Just write down some ideas and just go for it.
Yeah, because what's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, I say that to people all the time when they say, oh my gosh, how do you do that show? And I said, I just started doing it. And, you know, it was funny because being in radio, quitting my job, saying, what am I going to do now? And I thought, well, this is what I'm passionate about. I called my brother, who's very creative. He's also on radio. And he goes, look, you're going to be fine. The first few are going to be terrible because you don't know what you're doing yet. But you're going to refine it and get better and get better. And that is exactly what I think needs to happen.
Well, and it's funny you say that because the first book, I initially started it because Cadie was my first rescue shepherd. And when I would walk around the neighborhood, the kids were all, can I pet her, or just run up to her. And then I thought, well, gosh, if kids are this interested in her, maybe I could just do a kid's book for the nephews. My greatest fear was not one would sell. So luckily one did.
There you go.
And a friend of mine doodles, and I asked if he's ever drawn illustrations for a book. And he says he draws to help with anxiety, and that's it. And I asked if he would be interested, and he was.
Oh.
So that's one reason I don't use digital, like digital or computer generated pictures.
Oh, yeah. So they are, that's so
They're
cool.
all hand-drawn.
So
his little daughter helps him.
Oh, really?
With colors and stuff like
I
that.
love it. So these books are available here, of course, at the home of everything, Frederick, but I'm assuming as well people can get them online?
So Amazon, I think Barnes & Noble online, a few other bookstores online, and then other places around Frederick.
Nice.
Including Deer Valley Farm in Dickerson.
Oh, fun.
Mid-Maryland Farm Market, which closed their brick and mortar, but they do it online.
Okay.
They kept my books.
Aww.
It was at Widespread Country Market, but I think they're gone there.
Yeah.
Curious Iguana.
Nice.
So I don't have a budget for marketing or something like that. It's all
you're self-published, right?
Yeah, and dealing with some family health issues has prevented me from really getting the word out as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
But I'm online and all that.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
We try.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so are these the first 2 books?
First 2 in the series.
Okay.
When I adopted 2 other dogs, everyone wants to see Cadie's sisters.
Okay.
But we haven't gotten there yet because, and announced here, the 3rd book it's been written. I'm just waiting on the illustrations.
Okay.
And the 3rd one, which no one knew the name, is Zany Zoo Adventures with Cadie the Rescue Dog.
Oh.
And that's in honor of my niece, who was a zookeeper and now works at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, very cool.
So, and I fact check my books. The farm one, I talked to a farmer. The first one I just did. I didn't know any better. So I think the second one might be a little better.
Yeah.
The 3rd one, my niece went over
very
everything
nice.
And made sure. And the first one wasn't really It had a little bit of teaching, but not a lot. And I wanted it to be more of, I want the kids to enjoy it, but to learn something.
That's great.
So the zoo one has a lot of fun facts.
Oh, I love it.
And most younger kids, people always ask what age, and it's hard to say because the younger kids love the bright colors.
Yeah.
They love the vibrant.
Yeah.
And the older kids like to read it.
Yeah,
so,
if it's got a good story and information they can take away. I mean, what more do you want from a book?
I mean, I love them all. I didn't mean to say that one's not as good. It's
No.
just I started putting more
love
facts
them.
in.
I mean, they're just bright and the pictures
And they're all
are great.
hand-drawn, and I elected to go that way. A lot of people ask me why. Why not get a professional? I was fine with that to help Chris, just do different drawings. And
well, I think kind of even like this show, sometimes the super polished isn't as enjoyable sometimes as things that are done that look a little bit more organic or like that. All right, so it's Zany Zoo Adventures with Cadie the Rescue Dog.
Right, and once I get the illustrations, get them in the computer, send them to the publisher, it's still 4 or 5 months.
Oh, is
But
it?
I hadn't really announced the
name the title.
of it, so you heard it here first.
It really does take 5 months.
Because you can send in the pictures, they might not be the right format, they send them back.
Oh,
you have to go back and forth a couple times. And I do have them do Chris draws the picture on the front, but I have my publisher create the cover.
Okay.
So that takes them a little time because it has to be approved and all that.
Now, is Chris is from this area as well?
So he's from the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
And he lives with his wife and daughter, and his daughter sometimes picks out colors.
Oh, I love it.
And he always puts her in the book somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
How long
somehow
does it take
she
you to
pops
write each one of these books?
Well, the first one, because I just wasn't sure what I was doing, and although I was good in English class, I haven't written anything in quite a while. I just recorded thoughts that came up.
Okay.
And then did an outline, and then tried to narrow down.
Yeah.
That was just pure adventures. And when I first got Cadie, I took her everywhere with me.
Okay.
So I was trying to think of all the different adventures we did to write them down. The second one, since it's more specific on a farm, I just picked different animals and different sites. I take photos as a hobby.
Okay.
So, and I love taking farms. So I would go through them and say, okay, maybe I could find out facts.
Yeah, I love it.
And the zoo one, I just picked some animals. My niece helped me.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, yeah.
What was the job you were doing you retired from?
I'm a retired police officer.
Are you really?
Yeah. And Chris is an active officer.
Oh, really?
So we give back. I give back to a rescue group, and on behalf of Chris, I let him pick, and he picks where he wants to give back to from the books too.
Well, that's wonderful. Were you a police officer locally?
No, down in Prince George's County.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for that. That is not an easy job, and I mean, I think do you find it cathartic writing, or is it stressful?
Well, I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'll read it. It'll go to someone to edit. I'll get it back. I'll send it to someone else to edit because I just don't believe it's falling in place. That's probably why it takes so long, too.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's fun because I always keep in mind my great nephews, and I now have my first great niece.
Oh, yay.
So for that one, she'll be in that,
there might be
too.
some piggy tails and pretty bows in the next one. That's awesome. Well, this is Natalie McCurry and Cadie, the rescue dog. The books are available, like she said, not only here at the Home of Everything Frederick, but Curious Iguana online, of course. Just search for it. If you search Cadie and it's Cadie, you will find her. We appreciate you so much. So glad you're part of our community.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get out more in the community and try
we're gonna make you. We're gonna make you get out and
give
do
back,
more.
But I'm here a lot, so
I know
maybe
you are.
I could do a
Yeah.
book
A meet and
signing one
greet.
day. I am available for reading in schools, and
Nice.
which I've done, and
Yeah.
book signings and things
Love
like
it.
that.
Yeah, we're going to get her more involved. All right. We thank you guys for watching.